At the beginning of the story, we see a chemist performing plastic surgery on a gangster. This gangster had carried out a major theft for a Chinese mafia. However, after the theft, he betrayed them and fled with all the gold. Now, both the police and the Chinese mafia are searching for him to recover the gold. He goes to his uncle, who runs a nearby chemist shop, for help. His uncle tells him that his face must be changed to give him a new look so that no one can recognize him. They begin the procedure by pricking his face with sharp needles. They have no proper medicines, so they perform the entire operation in an old-fashioned way, causing him unbearable pain. After the operation, his uncle tells him to forget the past. From now on, this new face will be his new identity. Meanwhile, Dragon Lee, a Chinese gangster, arrives in the area looking for him. To recover his gold, Dragon Lee searches everywhere and eventually reaches the chemist who treated him. His men force their way into the shop and completely ransack it. Dragon Lee brutally tortures the chemist. They recover the stolen gold, but Lee is still searching for the man himself. The chemist had strictly warned the gangster not to come out. However, when the gangster sees his uncle's life in danger, he steps forward to confront them. Fearing for his life, but determined to save his uncle, he fights Dragon Lee's men. Because he has already lost a lot of blood during the operation, he cannot fight for long. Lee shoots at him, but he narrowly escapes by using another man as a shield. The gangster is weak, so Lee beats him severely and drives a sharp bone into his stomach. Despite this, he refuses to give up and continues fighting with his remaining strength. Lee lifts him up and throws him to the ground, preparing to shoot him. At that moment, his uncle attacks Lee with needles, temporarily numbing him. The gangster seizes the chance and attacks Dragon Lee, but Lee strikes back and thrusts a glass bottle into his leg, badly injuring him. He can no longer fight properly. If he had not resisted, Lee would have killed both him and his uncle. Gathering all his strength, the gangster delivers a powerful punch that sends Lee flying several feet away. He rushes to his uncle and sees that he is critically injured. Before he can help him, Lee throws a grenade, causing a massive explosion. Believing the gangster is dead, Lee flees before the police arrive. However, we soon discover that the gangster is still alive. His uncle saved him by jumping onto the grenade, sacrificing himself in the process. The gangster does not want to leave him in such a condition, but his uncle's final wish is for him to go away and live a peaceful life. The gangster honors his wish and leaves. Meanwhile, a girl passing by sees the gangster leaving and quickly informs the police. Despite this, the police never manage to catch him because he is now living under a completely new name and identity. Years pass, and after 15 years, we see the gangster again, now working as a chef. For all these years, he has kept his true identity hidden. Everyone knew him as Uncle Chan, and all they knew about him was that he was a good cook. Chan possessed gold worth millions of rupees, but he never used it and lived the life of a simple chef. One day, while he was cooking for his customers, his business partner Mina noticed some men harassing a girl. They had spiked her drink, which Mina immediately realized. He warned the boys to stay away from her. Instead of listening, they began threatening Mina, saying that he did not know who their boss was. Chan could have easily beaten them right there if he wanted. However, he chose to stay calm and ignored the situation. Meanwhile, a policeman arrived and asked what was happening. Mina explained that the girl's drink had been spiked. The policeman asked if there was any proof and casually drank his water. Chan immediately understood that the policeman was working with him. He did not want to create trouble by arguing further. He asked Mina to go inside and even apologized to the men. Soon after leaving, the policeman began talking to the boys like friends, confirming Chan's suspicion. Next, we see a girl named Yui being bullied by her classmates. Yui had learned kung fu from her uncle, and she used those skills to defend herself and teach them a lesson. Chan had been secretly watching the scene and waited until the fight ended. After the bullies were completely defeated, he approached Yui. He gently explained that she should not fight with other children at school. Since it was Yui's birthday, he gave her a small gift. Yui was overjoyed to receive it. Later, we see the same police officer receiving an invitation to a secret party. Chan is also present there, as he has come to deliver food to the club staff. Inside the club, Officer Wong notices several young girls being drugged and forced to dance. His boss, who is also a close associate, introduces him to a girl who had just been brought from Singapore. He encourages Wong to enjoy himself with her, and Wong begins forcing himself on the girl. However, as soon as he kisses her, the girl regains consciousness and bites him in anger. His boss apologizes to Wong and is about to slap the girl. Wong stops him from doing so. Just then, the man receives a phone call warning him to leave immediately. He is told that Wong, whom they trusted, is actually spying on them. Realizing the danger, the man tries to escape. Wong becomes alert and chases after him. His men surround Wong to stop him. Wong remains fearless and tells them to come quietly to the police station or face consequences. They refuse to cooperate. Wong then fights them and beats them badly, breaking their bones. One of the men angrily asks how Wong dared to hit him and demands to know if he understands who they are. Wong is not intimidated and slaps him twice, knocking him unconscious. Soon, more police arrive and arrest everyone involved. The mission is declared successful. However, Wong realizes that there is a traitor within the police force who has been leaking their information. Meanwhile, Mina and Uncle Chan are seen celebrating Yui's birthday. Yui asks them to grant her 3 wishes. She shares 2 of them, but keeps the 3rd one secret. Her hidden wish is that her mother would marry Uncle Chan. While they are celebrating, someone suddenly starts banging on their door. It is the same girl who had been with Officer Wong at the club. Before they can properly speak to her, she tries to run away. Chan notices that her hands and legs are trembling with fear. When they question her, they learn that she had come to meet her boyfriend, whom she met through an online dating site. However, the man betrayed her, took her passport, and sold her to the Chinese Mafia. Mina gives the girl Ava something to eat and assures her that she will help her. Chan, worried about putting his family in danger, tells Ava to go to the police station for help. Mina explains that Ava is terrified and cannot be sent out alone at night. She promises to take her to the police station the next morning and asks Chan to let her stay just for the night. Chan agrees, although he remains anxious. Mina helps Ava because 15 years earlier, she had also been lost in this foreign land in a similar situation. Back then, people had taken advantage of her helplessness. She once even tried to end her life by jumping off a roof with her daughter. But Chan saved her and gave her a new life. The next morning, while Mina is cleaning the restaurant, some men arrive. She tells them that the shop is not open yet. They force their way inside and begin searching for Ava. Eventually, they find her and abduct both Ava and Yui. When Mina tries to stop them, they beat her badly. Meanwhile, Chan is returning from the market with vegetables. The criminals block his car and overturn it. Chan tries desperately to save his daughter, but because of his injured leg, he cannot run far and collapses while limping. He goes to the police station, but the officers show no interest in filing his complaint. Chan then sees a news report stating that human trafficking cases are rapidly increasing in the area. It says that if victims are not found within 24 hours, they are moved to the trading network, after which finding them becomes nearly impossible. A policeman casually tells them to go home and wait for information. Chan pleads with him to start searching immediately before it is too late. The officer responds rudely and shows them piles of missing persons files, saying they are not the only victims. At that moment, Officer Wong arrives and notices the girl being questioned. During the earlier police raid, no drugs had been found on that suspect, and he was about to be released. Wong secretly slips drugs into the man's pocket and orders the officers to search him again. While going through the case files, Wong comes across a photograph of Yui and recognizes the girl he had seen the previous night. He knows exactly where they are taking her. He goes to Ava's boyfriend and demands to know her location. The boy refuses to speak without his lawyer. Wong calmly asks the guards to bring him a cup of coffee. By the time the coffee arrives, Wong has already pressured him into revealing everything. Wong submits his mission report to Commissioner Simon, who is extremely pleased with his success. It is revealed that Simon is Wong's uncle and had once worked with Wong's father. Wong was inspired by his father to become a police officer. However, it was Simon who guided him into wearing the police uniform. They stand together near his father's grave. We learn that the child who saw the gangster leave 15 years earlier was actually Wong himself. On that day, Wong's father had been patrolling the same area. When Wong went looking for him, he found him shot. His father died before his eyes. Since then, Wong has been searching for the gangster, believing him to be responsible for his father's death. He is determined to capture his father's killer at any cost. Simon warns him to be careful, saying that the man he is after is no ordinary criminal. Meanwhile, Chan checks nearby CCTV cameras to find clues about his daughter. In one recording, he spots the license plate of the car used to take Yui. He questions local mechanics about the vehicle and eventually finds one who repaired it a few days earlier. The mechanic takes Chan to a building where the car had been left after the repair. Inside that same building, Yui is being held captive along with several other girls. Chan desperately wants to break in and rescue her. However, entering the building directly would be too dangerous. He contacts a man who delivers vegetables to the building every day. The next morning, the delivery man arrives as usual. Chan hides inside one of the baskets and manages to sneak into the building. At the same time, Officer Wong approaches the same location. He no longer trusts anyone in his department, so he climbs over the wall to gather evidence secretly. Once inside, he overhears surgeons discussing the removal of a patient's eye. He immediately realizes that organ trafficking is taking place there. When Chan moves further inside, he discovers that the girls are being auctioned online. They are forced to act cheerful in front of cameras. Any girl who refuses is brutally beaten. There is only one rule. Either they cooperate and get sold, or their organs will be removed and sold on the black market. Meanwhile, Wong continues searching and reaches the 3rd floor. There, he finds Ava, who tearfully begs him for help. Wong knows he must first collect solid evidence against the criminals. He promises Ava that he will return shortly. He enters another room and finds the lifeless body of a girl. The criminals have killed her and removed all of her organs, hands. Wong realizes the situation is far more serious than he had imagined. He quickly takes photographs as evidence and prepares to leave. At the same time, Chan follows a guard and reaches a room where several girls are locked up. As he looks around, he notices a piece of candy. It is the same candy he had given Yui on her birthday. Chan quickly attacks the guard and knocks him unconscious. He soon realizes that the criminals had moved Yui to another location the previous night. Seeing the surgical cuts on the girls' stomachs, he understands that none of them will survive the night. He wants to help them, but before he can act, Wong arrives. Chan assumes the police are working with the criminals and immediately attacks Wong. Wong tries to explain that things are not what Chan believes. However, Chan refuses to listen because he has already seen the horrifying truth. Hearing the noise, another guard comes upstairs. Both Chan and Wong hide behind a door until the guard leaves. As soon as the danger passes, they begin fighting each other again. During the struggle, they accidentally knock over a cupboard, alerting everyone in the building. The handler orders all the guards to go to the third floor and eliminate them. By that time, Chan and Wong have cleared up their misunderstanding. They realize they must work together to survive. They begin fighting the guards side by side. More and more attackers rush in, striking them with sticks and iron rods. Wong takes down many of them with force, while Chan finishes off those still standing. Seeing his men getting defeated, the handler sends even more reinforcements. Fighting such large numbers becomes difficult. After 15 years, Chan finally unleashes his powerful signature punch again and knocks down the entire group. Wong is shocked to witness such strength from a man who appears to be just a cook. Then he notices Chan's injured leg. He remembers that the man who killed his father and escaped 15 years earlier had the same injury. Wong realizes that Chan might be the one responsible for his father's death. Despite this realization, he knows this is not the time for revenge. Wong quickly calls for backup. His team, waiting outside, breaks through the wall, allowing them to escape. Later, Wong becomes furious with Simon for interfering in the mission. Simon tells him that by acting alone, Wong not only put himself in danger, but also ruined their larger plan. Although Wong has gathered strong evidence, Simon warns him not to jump to conclusions. He orders Wong to stop further action, and even instructs him to release Dragon Lee's captured men. Wong demands to know what they are afraid of, but Simon avoids giving a clear answer. Meanwhile, Ava is captured again and handed over to Dragon Lee, the mastermind behind the entire trafficking network. Lee keeps paintings of every beautiful girl he has captured displayed in his house. He becomes furious at the man who leaked information to the police about their hideout. As punishment, Lee forces several paintbrushes into the man's mouth and threatens him with death if even one falls out. A woman arrives who has long assisted Lee in his operations. It is revealed that 15 years earlier, her father had controlled this entire empire. Chan had killed her father, which allowed Dragon Lee to take over the business. Lee has been searching for Chan ever since, especially because Chan still possesses the stolen gold. When Lee learns about the police raid, he checks the CCTV footage. He is shocked by what he sees. He notices Chan using the same devastating punch that once knocked him down years ago. The memory confirms Chan's identity. The next day, when Chan returns home, he discovers that Dragon Lee's men have already captured Mina. Rita shoots Chan in both legs and demands to know where the gold is. Meanwhile, Wong arrives at Chan's restaurant while searching for him. There, he discovers that Dragon Lee's men have already taken control of the place. Wong fights his way inside, killing several of Lee's men, which leads to a fierce gunfight. Chan tries to reach Mina but finds that she has been shot. She dies on the spot, leaving Chan devastated. Wong chases Lee's men, but they manage to escape. He then approaches Chan and asks him to come with him to the police station. Overcome with grief and anger, Chan blames Wong for Mina's death and attacks him in rage. He believes that if Wong had not come, Mina might still be alive. They engage in a brutal fight. Chan does not kill Wong but leaves him tied up and walks away. Wong struggles to free himself and tries to track Chan, but he loses his trail. He calls Simon for help, but Simon abruptly hangs up, claiming he is in an important meeting. While thinking about what to do next, Wong suddenly sees Simon standing nearby. Suspicious, Wong secretly follows him. He soon discovers that the person who informed Dragon Lee was none other than his own uncle Simon. Wong is shocked and cannot believe that Simon has betrayed the department. Simon explains that everything he did was necessary. He says that when he first came to the city, it was controlled by 6 major criminal organizations. Crime was everywhere and the city was in chaos. After years of effort, only Dragon Lee's network remained. Wong argues that by cooperating with Dragon Lee, Simon has only made him stronger. Crime has not decreased. The only difference is that what 6 gangs once did together is now done by Dragon Lee alone. Meanwhile, Chan receives a video message showing Yui. The criminals threaten to sell his daughter to smugglers if he does not bring them the gold. Chan collects all the gold and heads to their base. At the hideout, the captured girls are being scanned and loaded into containers. Chan arrives and hands over the gold. When Lee examines it, he realizes the amount is far less than expected and demands to know where the rest is. Chan refuses to reveal anything until his daughter is released. However, Lee never intended to make a fair deal. He tortures Yui in front of Chan and drops sharp glass shards onto her feet, injuring her badly. Unable to watch his daughter suffer, Chan finally reveals the location of the remaining gold. After this, Lee orders Amy to take revenge for her father's death. Amy has waited 15 years for this moment. She grabs a gold bar and repeatedly strikes Chan with it, beating him mercilessly. Just before she can kill him, the police suddenly arrive and surround the area. It is revealed that Chan had already planned everything. Before coming there, he had told Wang the truth. He knew who killed Wang's father and agreed to surrender to the police after everything was over. In return, he asked for their help in rescuing his daughter and stopping Lee. Wang's officers begin separating and arresting Lee's men. Seeing no way out, Dragon Lee is forced to flee. To ensure his own escape, he takes Yui with him as a shield, preventing anyone from shooting at him. Amy tells Lee to escape with the gold while she stays behind to hold them off. A fierce fight breaks out between Amy and Wang, but Wang eventually overpowers her and throws her down. Meanwhile, Chan follows Lee but suddenly loses sight of him. He searches desperately and finally finds Yui lying unconscious on the terrace. Chan rushes toward her, unaware that this is part of Lee's trap. Lee has planted a bomb there, holding the detonator in his hand. As the explosion occurs, Chan jumps off the terrace with Yui to save her. Yui survives, but Chan is severely injured. Before Chan can recover, Lee attacks him again and prepares to kill him. At that moment, Wang arrives and shoots at Lee. A heavy exchange of gunfire follows. Wang, trained in martial arts, proves stronger, but Lee refuses to surrender and continues fighting. Just as Lee is about to kill Wang, Chan risks his life and intervenes to save him. During the struggle, Chan is shot as well. When Yui runs toward him, Lee grabs her and throws her off the building. Wang quickly catches her hand and struggles to pull her up. Lee tries to kill them both, but Chan confronts him again. Chan could have ended Lee's life, yet he wants the truth instead. During their confrontation, Lee accidentally confesses that 15 years earlier, he himself killed his boss, Amy's father. Amy overhears this shocking confession. Enraged, she stabs Lee in the back to avenge her father. Lee retaliates and attacks her, stabbing her multiple times with the same knife. He tries to escape, but Amy manages to handcuff him, preventing him from fleeing. Chan delivers a powerful punch that knocks Lee down, leaving him barely conscious. Gathering his remaining strength, Chan strikes him again with his signature blow, leaving Lee unable to stand. Soon Simon arrives at the scene. Seeing Lee, Simon suddenly shoots him. Wang angrily asks why he did that when they had everything under control. Simon replies that such evil deserved to die. Hearing those words shocks Wang, because they are the same words his father spoke before his death. Wang hands Simon Lee's gun. Taking advantage of the moment, Simon points the weapon at Wang. It is revealed that Simon, not Chan, had killed Wang's father years ago. Simon admits that if Wang's father had succeeded, Lee would have died and Simon would have lost everything. He says he always gave Wang chances to stay away, but never expected him to follow in his father's footsteps. Simon pulls the trigger, but the gun is empty. Wang had already anticipated his plan. Although Wang wants revenge, he controls himself because he chooses to remain a true police officer like his father. After this, all the kidnapped girls are rescued and given a chance at a new life. However, happiness does not last for everyone. Chan, badly wounded, lies dying. Yui begs him to get up, but Chan takes his final breath in front of her. He passes away, leaving her behind. A few days later, Ava thanks Officer Wang for saving her life, and they begin to grow close. We also see Yui being bothered again by some boys after Chan's death. This time, she defends herself using the techniques Chan taught her. Officer Wang arrives and warns the boys that they will be jailed if they ever trouble Yui again. He then takes responsibility for looking after her. After Chan's departure, Wang becomes the one who protects and cares for Yui. And with that, the story comes to an end. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.